And then today, the historic sentence from that judge, the second longest ever to be handed out in Floyd County. Murderer Isaiah Page getting the maximum of 190 years. For the first time, we heard from Bryce's family today. WHAS 11's Ian Hardwitt was in the courtroom.
The last words I had with him.
That's Bryce Gerlach's dad.
Was it tell me I got that four-wheeler run? He was pretty excited about it.
Scott Gerlach usually worked with his son in the garage. Instead, in 2024, Bryce went to Harvest Homecoming with his girlfriend. Precious Flan said yes to him 1 year to the day before he was shot and killed by a bullet never meant for him.
One of the happiest days of my life. I felt like a fairy tale. I was asked out on the top of the Ferris wheel at my favorite childhood fair.
At first, she blamed herself.
I know now that the only person to blame is the convicted, who will never have the satisfaction of having me say his name.
Isaiah Page was sentenced to 190 years in prison for murder and attempted murder. A jury found that he was the first of 3 shooters connecting Page to a gang.
That combination created a tempest that, when it exploded, left 1 person dead, 2 people injured, hundreds of people traumatized.
I couldn't be Bryce.
Bryce's mom, Heather Gerlach, spent hours in the hospital thinking she might find her son there. In the trial, she learned Page bragged about the shooting, trying to impress a girl.
And there's no remorse for those choices.
Page stayed silent at his sentencing. His older sister, LaVontae Battle, asked for a sentence that might let her 18-year-old brother live a life beyond prison, maybe finish his welding certificate.
He was in class when he was arrested. From everything I have studied and everything I know about human development, I can tell you that Isaiah is not a lost cause.
A week after his death, Bryce's little brother, Owen, filled Bryce's cleats on the Corydon Central High football team. Judge Carrie Stiller was convinced that Page went to Harvest Homecoming to kill a rival gang member.
Because the defendant wanted a victim.
It's what he wrote in his phone.
That's for his street cred.
The notes did him in. For the WHAS 11 night team, Ian Hardwitt reporting in New Albany.
A mental health evaluation for Isaiah Page was denied by Judge Carrie Stiller. After the sentencing in New Albany, the family thanked the prosecutors and the entire community.